On this morning I woke up in Craig after a nasty storm, had a wet pack up and headed on to Kinlochewe. I was joined by the lovely Leslie and Keith, who are avid hikers and also walking the Cape Wrath Trail. So this is Leslie, who's also walking the Cape Wrath Trail.
Hi.
And yeah, we stayed together at the bothy the other night, didn't we?
Yep, we did.
And you did a tick check for me.
I did, yes.
Luckily. And then you...
And I didn't find any.
No, which was great. So thanks for that. But yeah, so I just find it amazing what you're doing over in Ireland. So could you talk about that? I'd love to.
Sure, yeah.
Share it.
I live in the west coast of Ireland. I live in a really beautiful area called Connemara, which is north of the city of Galway. And it's spectacular because it's got an amazing coastline with perfect, pristine white sand beaches. Virtually empty. And then we've got great mountains behind the 12 Bens and the Mamturks. And you have the capital of Connemara, a little small town of Clifton. And we've got lots of beautiful islands around, which some of which are inhabited. You can visit using a little ferry, and it's great hiking country. So whether you're just into beach strolls or beach rambles, or you want to do the high mountains. So I have a hiking business there, and I take people out for hikes locally. But I also take people overseas hiking to places like Corsica, Crete, the High Tatras, France, Austria. So that's what I do. Yeah, so I definitely recommend Leslie. She's lovely and amazing at what you're doing. Thank you. Yeah, here I'm on holiday, just relaxing.
Enjoying it. And then heading back to Ireland soon.
Going back to Ireland after Cape Wrath.
Yeah, nice.
There we go.
And here's Keith. So we got Grizzly Adams here with us on
shaved for 3 days.
Midged out. So this is Keith. He's also with Leslie. He's walking the Cape Wrath Trail. How are you finding it? Day 8.
Well, actually day 8. It's beginning to get into the groove. It's quite comfortable now. Bit of a blister on the right foot, which is a bit sore, but Leslie's been looking after it. So
other than that, morale's all good.
Oh yeah. I think the worst day was the day 4. Day 4 is usually when you're getting a bit tired. Now you get used to it. You get used to the weight of the bag. Yeah,
definitely. What's been your favourite part, do you reckon? Favourite moment?
Crossing from Kinlochewe over to Shield Bridge is probably one of the most spectaculars. When you see the saddle, you go past the saddle, you see the Five Sisters and the north and south Glen Shield ridges.
Did you get a good view that day?
Yeah.
I was thinking it was white out when I was up there.
No, it was really good. But I'm looking forward to getting further up north. So I have done a bit round Finehaven and Arkle. And Lockstack, and that's quite a spectacular area.
And you're hoping to finish, it was like day before me, wasn't it? Yeah,
so we'll see. Just depends whether the Ministry of Defence are bombing Cape Wrath at the time.
Literally, not your usual day, is it?
No.
So I'm just walking into Kinlochewe via the road, which is a lot of getting in and letting people pass. But yeah, it is a bit of a slog on the road. But today has been such an easy day, I'm quite shocked. It's been all on 4x4 tracks pretty much, and it's been fairly flat and straightforward. So definitely a day that you could combine in with another stage, maybe yesterday or whatever, if you were trying to push a lot of mileage out. But yeah, if you didn't want to go on the road, you go through the forestry track and then it eventually leads down. But I didn't want to do that because the river this morning is mental and I don't know if I'd be able to cross further up. Keith and Leslie are now in their B&B that they're staying in tonight, and I'm walking down to Kinlochewe. Hello everyone, I haven't spoke for a while. Today's been lush. The weather was a bit grim earlier, constant rain and wind, but I walked with Keith and Leslie and really nice company. It was nice to walk with people because I've been walking by myself for a lot of the days. So it was nice to have some company and hear their stories. They've been all over the world trekking, been to the Himalayas, they've been all over Europe, Canada, everywhere. And Leslie's obviously a guide as well, so they do know their stuff and they're really keen walkers. Got to Kinlochewe, which is really great. Managed to get some nice food and resupply a little bit, but I thought the resupply would be a lot better. This is meant to be the halfway point. It's meant to be fairly decent resupply, but I think because of lockdown and Brexit and things, the shops are finding it hard at the minute. So it hasn't been ideal for resupply. So I'm thinking that I may go to Ullapool now. One, because I've always wanted to visit Ullapool. It's meant to be quite nice there, scenic, meant to have really good fish and chips. And also because I really need to resupply. I want another SD card would be great. I got one today, but it's not a big SD card. So get another one, get some freeze-dried meals, because I've got 2 freeze-dried breakfasts that I managed to pick up, but not actual meals, so I need some more to get me to Cape Wrath. But it was nice to go to Kinlochewe. Met another guy, Chris, hi if you're watching this, and he's doing the trail. He's pulling out at Ullapool and going back for work. And then I also met a couple guys doing the North Coast 500. Forgotten your names, so really sorry, but it was lovely meeting you guys and getting a photo with you. Really cool, really nice. I'm now, because I didn't want to stay in a B&B because of the weather's quite nice, I just wanted to sit on my tent and wild camp, but it's hard to wild camp around here in Kinlochewe because it's got this main big A road which the North Coast 500 runs through, and then you've got all the big mountains around, so it'd be hard to pitch up there. I'm walking 2k out of my way down to this wild camping spot at Taggan, and the reason for this, because I was just going to carry on the trail and find somewhere up in the mountains, but then it's not really a definite choice of camping, a definite place. It could be boggy or uneven ground. It's also supposed to be really nasty weather tonight. It's meant to be really windy and really heavy rain. So I managed to get some Wi-Fi at the cafe back there because there's literally no signal around here. So I got some Wi-Fi and looked at the weather, and that's the weather tonight. So it'd be better to be on lowland, get some shelter. So I'm walking down this way. But the other reason, sorry, the midges are so bad. The other reason is I've always wanted to come to Loch Marie. I wanted to bring my pack raft there and do a trip. I'm still planning on doing that soon anyway, because it's just meant to be a lovely loch. There's meant to be islands. It runs for a long way. Really nice with the weather. It's not raining at the minute, so I'm making a dash for it. Time is 6:15. Gotta keep walking, set my tent up, and just look at the route for tomorrow. So, just on the road now. Went through a forestry, like a little forestry track thing. Led out at the Ben Aig Visitor Centre. Ben Aig's the big mountain, and that is one of the routes you can do on the Cape Wrath. You can go round the back of it. Apparently it's meant to be quite savage. It is treat night tonight. Nutella, got an apple, and I bought some Kit Kats at the thing. Got some waffles, and also picked up a SD card which I needed. And I'm having a bit of a mare at the minute with all my gifts, sorting it all out. but I also picked up 2 of these breakfasts as well. So, all good. This is what my evenings look like when I've just restocked and sorting everything out. So today's stage was 13 miles. Started at Craig, packed up my tent, quite wet weather. Keith and Leslie were staying in the youth hostel there. Walked about 1k or less along the road, so you just have to walk along the grass verge or walk along the road and get in when a car comes. So it's quite a busy road, this. And then this cuts up and there's like a path saying the Cooling Pass pony track, but you would not know it's a path there, it's really rough. And you follow that all through the woods, so it's quite a rough track, and it was quite flooded because of the rain, but that is quite steep, and I'm guessing you get some nice views if it was a nice day. And then it finally meets a 4x4 track. You follow it, and it's really straightforward. Follow it, and then you meet the Cooling House, which is really posh white house, and there you turn right, and then you go through a gate over a bridge over this river. You keep following it, and then you go into the woodland, but I think this was all cut down now, so this isn't here anymore. And then we went straight up. Yeah, we went straight up, so this keeps following him. So it's a nice straightforward track, and you go past some hydro dam. So this was such a easy, nice day, and it's a good route to take when you've got crap weather like today, or it's bad conditions, or you're not feeling the best. And then yeah, keep following it, and I think it starts descending now. Yeah, you start descending towards the road, and what we did is, instead of following this track and having to cross the river at the end, we cut down this forestry track here to the road, and then we walked all the way to the road. Keith and Leslie stayed at this B&B. This B&B here they stayed at, and then I walked another K to Kinlochewe, which is up there. So yeah, I think that's quite a good option to walk on the road. It's not too busy. It saves you walking across this pathless country that looks quite boggy, and then you got to cross the river, and it was flowing pretty fast today. I went into, right here on the left is like a cafe with a shop near this campsite, and then I walked down here, and you've got the hotel, you've got a bunkhouse and another shop with some supplies. And I was deciding whether to go up here, up and around, to find somewhere to camp, but it didn't look like there was anywhere, because it's on this big main road which the North Coast 500 runs. So I ditched that idea, walked into this forestry track, and then it came out at the Benai Visitor Centre. So cut in here so I didn't have to go on the road for too long, and then walked about a K, and I'm here at this little wild camping place, Taggan or Taggan it's called, and it's really nice, flat pieces of grass, and there's actually drinking water here and a little toilet, so it is ideal. And then about here, imaginary, is Loch Marie, so I might walk down there tomorrow. Morning everyone. It is quite nice now, stopped raining. Been chucking it down all morning and all night. So it was quite hard getting out the tent this morning and trying to pack it away with the bad conditions. Really strong wind and heavy rain, so yeah, madness. I am now walking back to Kinlochewe. That was a really nice spot to camp at if you are at Kinlochewe and you made it there and you want to resupply and things. Definitely recommend that for a wild camp spot. Didn't go down to Lochmarie in the end. This time I got there and then set up and had something to eat, it was quite late, and then it started raining, and then the weather this morning wasn't the best, so I didn't bother. It wasn't right, you couldn't really see the loch there. It was, I think you had to walk quite far to get to it. Today is a long day. It's gonna be, probably end up being about 19 miles because I've had to walk extra today. Plan is to either wild camp somewhere or make it to the Shenevall bothy, which is meant to be really nice. It'd be good to dry off some gear in there as well. And what I like about bothies is you don't have to set up and pack away your tent. It's so much quicker to get set up and pack up. What an absolutely lovely day. Sun's come out, I'm drying off. I've even gone down to leggings for the first time in ages. So yeah, really nice morning. So today is a good day because it was the day where I could change over to my fresh underwear, fresh socks. So feels good to be in some cleaner clothes. Also change into my fresher base layer that I washed out at that hotel the other night. So feeling good with some cleaner clothes. You sure appreciate the real simple things. Morale is on another level, especially because the sun's out. Just makes you feel so much more re-energized.
Yeah, that's actually a complete.
So you can just see this tree and you can see how much rain we've actually had over the past few days. Look how way under that tree is. So it's nice to catch up with Leslie and Keith, and they're heading to the bothy tonight. Look at the views today, surrounded by Monroes. So we've been past Loch Farder and then went over the pass there, and it's like rough terrain, not a track. And now we hit a track and come back down, and we're just near this loch, which is Loch Nid, I think it is, something like that. I'll show on the map later, but it's quite boggy through here. We still got quite a way, and then it doglegs near the bothy. So, but it's been such a nice day of walking, and really fortunate with the weather. It has got quite chilly now, and the wind has picked up. And saw so many stags and red deer today, which is lush. So just had to take a little detour because of the cows in here. A lot of them are pregnant, I've got calves.
Have you grabbed the spot up there yet?
Yeah, I'm just in this top corner.
It's a shame that you were the first one to get here and the last one to pick a spot.
Doesn't matter at all.
Slept here on day 7 of the Cape Wrath Trail, heading southbound. A nice escape from the very strong wind. Keep bags off the floor. Mice will sneak into open pockets.
Morning. You sleep alright?
No.
What?
I didn't sleep all right.
Slept most of the time.
The floor was going that way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought that, but I thought it was just because I don't have a pillow.
I don't have a pillow.
The cows have obeyed the 20-metre rule.
So that was a nice night.
It was a great night.
Off to
Apart
Ullapool.
from the things that went bump in the night.
Yeah.
Like the full moon shining on me. Then there was this red light that shone on me. I wonder if somebody couldn't find their way back into their sleep.
Oh, wonder who that was. We had a lovely fire from you as well, didn't we?
Oh, we had a lovely
See you, John.
fire, yeah.
Definitely a nice coffee. See you, John.
John, bye. Enjoy the rest of your trip.
So, morning everyone. It is quite a lush morning. The rain's just come in. Just picked up this main 4x4 track. So you can just see the route that we took yesterday, and did a dog leg round here to meet the bothy, and then now picking up this track to retrace the main path that's over there. So it has been a long day of walking, but it was a nice steady stage, 11 miles, and I am now in Ullapool, famous Ullapool. Had the famous fish and chips, which was nice, and now heading to the pub. So it should be a good evening. It's nice weather. Morning from the Cape Wrath Trail. Stayed in Ullapool last night, so managed to dry out a lot of my stuff, wash my clothes, and yeah, the sink was pretty black when I was done with it. But feel refreshed, feel good. Had a nice breakfast this morning, and I'm back on the trail. So yeah, feels good. Yeah, today is a route alternative. Because I'm in Ullapool, you have to link up with the trail that I was on. This is still the Cape Wrath Trail, it's just an alternative route. I resupplied, I think I went a bit overkill, not gonna lie. I literally went into the outdoor store, got loads of freeze-dried meals, and then went into Tesco and got loads of bars and chocolate and just hot cross buns, just everything. Because it's not great to shop when you're starving hungry, and yesterday I was proper bonking. So judging by people I've spoke to, it sounds like the stormy sort of weather is over. It was meant to get quite windy tonight, but it's constantly changing, so you can never be sure. But yeah, I think a few people did drop out of the trail because the wind has just been horrendous and mad, and you definitely needed a good tent to withstand that wind the other couple nights. So I'm really impressed with my tent that I got, the Fjallraven Abisko, however you want to pronounce it. But I was just thinking then, I'm like over halfway now with the days I've got. And it feels weird that the trip's slowly coming to an end. We've like hit the peak, hit the halfway point, and I don't know, it's weird. I never thought that this trip would end, and it just seemed like such an epic trip. Like 230 miles at the start seemed like it's gonna be a long time. Yeah, so it's just mad to think what lies ahead of me now. It really is. Which it has been, like it has been a long time, but it's gone so quickly. And I've enjoyed every day, and I haven't really thought about like tapping out and leaving. I've had a few like rough times, and times where I felt quite ill. So I was like, oh, I hope I don't get any worse. But I guess it's through being damp all the time, you probably get a bit run down. And then I think my ankles have played up a little bit, probably with the lack of ankle support with these shoes, I'm not sure. Or just the weight you're carrying, who knows, or everyday hiking. Like I've said before, I haven't done a hike this big, this long, so it's probably a shock to the system, but I'm surprised that I'm still here, still trekking on, and I'm still loving it. It's going to get more emotional as the days go on, and hopefully I keep it together if I reach the lighthouse. Hardest part for me, I found, is getting back from Cape Wrath. Like, I've been looking at it, and it's tricky, like knowing what's running, especially this time of year. And yeah, it's just so late in the season, so it's going to be hard getting back, I think. You got like 3 days to cross the range and get out of Cape Wrath before they start firing again, so if not, you're pretty much stuck. So last night there would have actually been some lovely places to camp along this loch. I think it's called Loch Ailish. So just in there would have been so nice. Ooh, it's definitely something I've picked up from this trip, is places that I want to come back to. Good camping spots that I want to come back to. Yeah, and just do more trips. Obviously not this long, but do like weekend or week trips in the area. That would be nice. So I've got a car now, so can travel up here. Oh, can drive up here, travel up here, and then leave my car somewhere and explore. So Loch Ailish was another loch that we've passed. This is Loch Achel. I think you pronounce that Achel. That is lush, I like that. Look at the views. So I think I just spotted another eagle. If so, then that's 3 golden eagles from this trip, which is mad. Yes, I saw 2 the other day. Tried to get them on film, but I don't know if it picked up. And then seen loads of red deer, so there's been so much wildlife. I think it's been 1 week now of just drinking straight from the streams. I wanted to see if I got ill or anything, but it's been fine. It's just every time I need to filter water through my Sawyer squeeze, it takes about 10 minutes. And if you're supposed to get through about 3 or 4 of these bottles a day. So it was ending up being about half an hour, 40 minutes a day of stopping to fill up my water. So yeah, it's been so much easier just to fill up and go. And it tastes a lot better as well. It's proper fresh. But on that note, I've been making sure where I get it is proper fast flowing. It looks fresh, it's not near any livestock, and a lot of it's quite high up or coming from off the mountains. So I'm choosing it wisely. I'm not just getting any old water I see. I don't think they were happy about me going past. It's like day 1 again when I was passing those cows. They did not want me to pass them. Right, going up a bit now because it's so muddy. Boggy, boggy, boggy again. Oh, bloody hell. Mental. Right, back on the track. Ooh, just had to go through them, try and get them to move, because they just wouldn't move off the path, and they've all got little calves with them. So yeah, they can be dodgy sometimes, I think, cows, especially near where I live. You get them black and white ones. Yeah, they're not happy, are they? Not happy, they're just all staring. Woo! Hopefully cows can't run, because I am not running with this bag. Too heavy. Woo! Right. I keep thinking how much of a mistake it was to resupply this much food. So we have finally reached the loch that you have to run parallel to. I'm going to have a go at pronouncing the name, Loch and Dampf. That's the best I can do. Loch and Dampf. That's what I think it is. I get so many corrections, but anyway, I know it's a loch and I'm gonna follow it. There's a path, this track, handrails the loch, not right next to it, but it runs along it. And then right at the end of the loch, there is a bothy. There she is, knock damp bothy. So I'm in the bothy now, made it. It's so nice in here. Nice to get out the wind and have a sit down. So I'm gonna fill up my water here, get something to eat, and then head on, because yeah, it's 2 now. I might stay at the school bothy or just carry on and camp somewhere. I haven't got a strict schedule plan. I feel like for the last few days I have been trying to keep to a plan just to definitely be on track. But anyway, nice bothy. It's got 2 double beds upstairs and then it's got this sort of area. So you've got a bunk there, some chairs. I haven't even looked what's there, I think it's outside. And then you've got a fire pit area and loads of tea lights, which is something I'm definitely going to bring if I come to bothies, because they are essential when it's dark. And then loads of bits of firewood, spares, the book I'm going to have a look in. And then yeah, upstairs was just 2 big double beds. And then this room. Here is the schoolhouse bothy. So this is the second bothy along this track. So there is Ullapool Bridge. Just going to find somewhere to camp now. What a day. Just got my tent set up. Yeah, got to Ullapool Bridge, which was quite a push. I will go through the map in a minute. I've just had to have something to eat, so I've got my meal. It's dehydrating at the minute. Literally got to Ullapool Bridge and I think I shouldn't have pushed as much, because when I got here the camping options weren't amazing. It said that you could camp near the river, and obviously I didn't want to walk too much further on, so I've just tried to find anywhere. I found the flattest spot I could. It's near a river that you can actually hear. So I've got my tent set up, I've got some water, getting some food on. Then I'm gonna just sort everything out. So that was the stage today, and that's it complete. It was Ullapool to Ullapool Bridge, and that's done and dusted. So I'm gonna wait for my meal and have that. I can't wait, it's gonna be lush. And obviously we'll relieve some of that weight that I've been carrying. The midges are absolutely awful. There's no wind, so they're pretty rough out. And I'm next to the river, River Orchy, so pretty bad. I feel like maybe I should have walked further upstream, because in the guidebook it says it's good camping further up. But when I got here I just wanted to get on, and plus it gets dark so early now. I don't think I've allowed for that for the duration. It's really, you're losing a lot of daylight hours, and I think we've probably lost about half an hour since I've started, so I need to start allowing for that. I think I'm going to look at tomorrow's route and see what I'm going to do, because I have been following this guidebook. Got my meal, chicken tikka masala. Good. It's hot in here and we're steaming up, but I don't want to open the fly net because of the midges. Today's stage, Started off in Fort William then, Ullapool. Stayed there. Came along the seafront and you go up this road, which feels like a trek when you just resupplied. And then there's a sign for this quarry, so it's fairly straightforward, and you know you don't go across the bridge of the river. So you head up there. It's like a proper track, like a road, and then it turns into a track, and you go past this quarry, and then you keep following this really well maintained track all along this loch, which was really nice for camping. So many nice places to camp along here. But instead of saying Ullapool, to literally resupply, get some food and walk there. It's not even that long of a walk, and there's no navigation involved, and it's a nice track. Yeah, you carry on and it's a nice track. This is actually the farm, this place, Old Lodge. I started descending and I could see this loch I was trying to pronounce earlier, and this is where you pick up the normal route that came from Inverleigh. So that was where I was yesterday. So yeah, there's that bothy that I was talking about, right at the end of the loch. And then you keep following that, and it's just this same 4x4 track, so it's just easy to follow. There was one river crossing, I think it was there, and that was straightforward. I just walked through them with my shoes, so it was easy. A lot of water on the track though. And then you reach the schoolhouse, which it's all right, that bothy, it's not amazing. Then you go across this bridge and there's a really nice waterfall. Then you just follow this. I went on this track here, so I didn't go through this main track through the forest. I went on this one. They join up anyway, and then you follow it all the way to Ullapool Bridge. But this feels like a drag towards the end, and it's through some really nice birch forest. And then yeah, you cross another bridge, go through some more, past some houses, a hotel and a bunkhouse there. And I am just past that, and I'm actually near the bridge, near the river. Yeah, I wanted to stay along this river, and that's where I am. And then it'll be easy to pick up the trail tomorrow instead of veering off somewhere else. But I couldn't really see places to camp here. There's nowhere really nice because it's on this track. Maybe if you dropped down earlier here towards the river, it would have been nice, but so I think that is it's a 19-mile stage. So I think tomorrow I'm going to get up a bit earlier, really crack on. It's a long stage again tomorrow, and it's 2 routes, it splits off again. So I'm looking at the Harvey's map now and the guidebook and deciding what I want to do. Night everyone, I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching, I really appreciate it. And thank you to all my Patreons for making this possible. Night.